Test of ions and gases. Ions are the species having different number of electrons than proton. Positive ions have more number of proton than electron. These are the examples of positive ions which are included to the syllabus of Cambridge O level. Negative ions have proton number less than the electron. Carbonate, chloride, iodide, nitrate, sulfate are included to the syllabus of Cambridge O level chemistry. Reagents to the test of cations: sodium hydroxide, few drops and excess; aqueous ammonia or ammonia solution, few drops and excess; zinc 2 ion test using sodium hydroxide. In the sample solution of zinc 2 ions taken in the test tube, few drops sodium hydroxide added, we get white precipitate of zinc 2 hydroxide, and in excess sodium hydroxide precipitate dissolves. Zinc 2 ion test using ammonia solution or ammonium hydroxide solution. The sample is taken. This is colorless solution. Adding few drops aqueous ammonia, we get white precipitate. Adding excess aqueous ammonia, precipitate dissolves. These are the tests of all the cations. Zinc already have discussed. For aluminium, few drops sodium hydroxide, you get white precipitate. In excess, precipitate dissolves. Few drops aqueous ammonia, white precipitate, and in excess insoluble. The difference between zinc and aluminium, both are white, but in excess ammonia, aluminium is insoluble. For calcium ion, with few drops sodium hydroxide, white precipitate, in excess insoluble. For aqueous ammonia, there is no test. Ammonium ion, here sodium hydroxide added, no change. Then if we heat up, ammonia gas will be produced that turns red litmus paper blue. For aqueous ammonia, there is no test. Copper ion is a colored solution, is blue colored solution. If you add few drops sodium hydroxide, light blue precipitate of copper 2 hydroxide, adding excess precipitate insoluble. Few drops aqueous ammonia from copper, we get light blue precipitate. In the excess a dark blue solution of copper 2 hydroxide. Iron 2 ion, in few drops sodium hydroxide, green precipitate. In excess insoluble. Similar for aqueous ammonia. Iron 3 ions, red brown precipitate. In excess sodium hydroxide, insoluble. Similar test for aqueous ammonia. Chromium 3 ion, gray green precipitate, and in excess sodium hydroxide, dark green solution. With aqueous ammonia, gray green precipitate, and insoluble in excess. The experimental procedure again I am discussing for the copper ion test using aqueous ammonia. This is the different one. If you add few drops aqueous ammonia to copper solution, we get blue precipitate of copper 2 hydroxide. In the excess ammonia, we get here complex of copper, that is the solution actually, ammonia related copper 2 hydroxide. The formula is given here. Chromium 3 ion with sodium hydroxide, also different than the others. With few drops sodium hydroxide to the chromium ion, we get gray green precipitate of chromium 3 hydroxide, and in excess sodium hydroxide we get precipitate dissolves, and this is dark green solution. Anions test and test result. Carbonate, here if you add dilute hydrochloric acid, effervescence of carbon dioxide, that turns lime water milky. For the chloride ion, acidify with dilute nitric acid, then silver nitrate, white precipitate. Iodide is the similar but the observation yellow precipitate. Sulfate ions acidified with dilute nitric acid, then aqueous barium nitrate. White precipitate insoluble in excess dilute nitric acid. White precipitate is here barium sulfate. Nitrate ion, aqueous sodium hydroxide, then aluminum foil, and the warm up, ammonia gas will be produced that turns red litmus paper blue. Here the reactions for the carbonate ion, carbonate plus nitric acid, acidified with dilute nitric acid, get carbonate or hydrochloric acid. This is the reactions of the carbonate ion. If we add acid, effervescence of carbon dioxide, so sodium carbonate sulfuric acid, we get here sodium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water, A plus sulfuric acid. If we get the effervescence of carbon dioxide, A must be carbonate. B is the solution where sodium carbonate is added, we get the effervescence, so B must be acid. Chloride ion test, acidified silver nitrate is added, white precipitate of silver chloride. If we wait for long, what will happen to the white precipitate? You have to answer. If you know the answer, you can write in the comment below. If you don't know, you can also write in the comment. Iodide solution, if we add acidified silver nitrate, we get yellow precipitate of silver iodide. Sulfate ion, we add acid, nitric acid mainly, and barium chloride or barium nitrate, we get barium sulfate, adding excess nitric acid. This sulfate, the white sulfate, barium sulfate is insoluble. That is sulfate ion presence is confirmed. Nitrogen ion test with sodium hydroxide, aluminum foil and heat up. The ammonia gas will be discharged that turns red litmus paper blue, and another compound you get sodium aluminum hydroxide, that is the aqueous solution, is colorless. Test of gases, gas and test. Ammonia gas turns red litmus paper blue, carbon dioxide turns lime water milky, chlorine gas, the acidic gas, bleaches damp litmus paper, hydrogen gas, neutral gas. It bursts itself, pops with a light splint. Oxygen gas helps to burn, relights the glowing splint. Ammonium ion in ammonia solutions, ammonium chloride. If you add sodium hydroxide, few drops sodium hydroxide, the alkali or any type of alkali, you get and apply heat, little amount of heat, we get ammonia gas that turns letters paper blue. Ammonium salts here acidic. Some properties of gases: ammonia gas colorless, and density compared to air is lighter and extremely soluble in water. Carbon dioxide colorless, heavier and slightly soluble. Oxygen colorless, about same and slightly soluble. Hydrogen colorless, much lighter and insoluble. Chlorine gas green yellow, much heavier and soluble. Hydrogen chloride colorless, slightly heavier and very much soluble. If you have any specific question about this topic, you can write in the comment below. If you get a little benefit from this video, please subscribe the channel and share with your friends. Thank you for watching this video.